Selwyn will kick off today's injury report with talking about the game. We saw that Matt Jefferson, he was subbed out of the match on Sunday. Can you just talk us through what the result was of that hand collision?
Yeah, unfortunately for Matt, in that collision he fractured one of the bones in his hand, so he had a consult with the surgeon yesterday and has had surgery today. Basically he'll progress as quickly as the wound healing allows. We've dealt with some of these injuries in the past, so hopefully we'll see Matt back on the training track soon.
And we also saw Jake Lever, he came off for a brief stint during the game. What was the result of that?
Yeah, Jake rolled his ankle just before three-quarter time. He was able to get back out on the field and continue to play. He then rolled it again close to the end of the game. So with a short turnaround, it's just around managing that ankle from a swelling and function perspective. We'll look to progress him each day with the hope for him to be available this week.
Stephen May, we know, had that fractured larynx. He saw a specialist this week. What was the result of that appointment?
Yeah, so Maisie saw the specialist on Saturday. They were really happy with how he has recovered from that. The advice then was that they'd be comfortable with him integrating into some training this week, so he'll look to main train on Thursday and then we'll determine his return to play from that training session.
And Jake Melkshake, looks like that he's ramping up his rehab from that hamstring injury. How close are we talking for a return?
Yeah, Melky's had a great couple of weeks of training, both with intent and purpose. He'll integrate into main training this week with the look to be available for this weekend's game.
Fingers crossed. And then from the VFL on the weekend, we saw that Marty Hall, he didn't finish that game. What happened to him during that match?
Yeah, unfortunately for Marty, in the last quarter he went to push off and felt some pain in his calf. He's got a high-grade gastrocnemius strain, so we'll look to determine his guidelines over the next couple of days once he starts to recover and function improves, and have a bit more of a framework on his return in the coming days.
We didn't see Caleb Windsor out on the weekend, as we know he had that heel infection. What's his week look like?
Yeah, unfortunately for Caleb, he spent a little bit of time in hospital with that infection and some antibiotics. They then just had to proceed to wash that wound out. So now it's all about the wound healing component. So he's out, he's back with the group today and we're just progressing him as function allows. It's unlikely he'll be available for this weekend, but we'll continue to progress him each day as his pain and function tolerates.
And just lastly, Jai Cully, it looks like that he's also ramping up some mobility on field, coming back from that bone stress.
Yeah, so Jai's returned to some straight line running. This week he'll get a little bit of skills in. We'll look to progress him over the coming weeks to hopefully be available in the next week or so.
Want to see more from the Ds? And don't forget to subscribe up here.